Irving, Texas, DFW, folks. My name is Rizwan, and bringing to you the Sports Spotlight every Sunday morning between 10 a.m. and noon is when we do this, and it is that time. All right. As usual, we shine the spotlight on all aspects of sports, international, national, local, state, whatever uh, your interest, whatever interests you in the world of sport. We're going to shine the spotlight on it and discuss those things. And as usual, our first segment almost always is the cricket segment. So we're going to shine the spotlight brightly onto the oval of cricket and to discuss all things happening. And there are a lot of things happening in that world. Um, I've got on the airwaves of Radio Azad, my good buddy and a wonderful cricket mind, Rahul Vats. Rahul, welcome back, man. You've been absent for a couple of weeks, but back today. Welcome, and let's get to it.
Yes, Rizwan. Welcome to everybody. Good morning to all our listeners. It's a little gloomy and foggy morning, but
It is.
winter is starting, and with winter, the good food is starting as well.
Absolutely good food, and that good weather. You know, the dog days of July, August, really June, July, and August, and this year it kind of extended into September as well a little bit. The winter or the fall, really, the winter is yet to come. The winter usually comes here in January and February. But fall has been a little delayed, but it's finally in the air the last couple of days. Not only have the temperatures dropped, but it's actually started to, so temperature drops and it starts to feel like the fall. But the last few days, it's looked like the fall, right? Full cloud cover, slow, soft rain pattering down for hours upon a day. Like this morning, and I woke up and I had a late night. I went to bed about 3 in the morning and woke up uh, a little while ago and uh, pulled the car out of the garage, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is real a weather change from an appearance standpoint now. Complete fog all the way. It's about 25, 30 miles from home to the studio, and there was complete fog and a drizzly rain coming down the whole time. I don't know if it's going to continue the whole day, but hey, real quick, I wanted to mention there was supposed to be today was supposed to be right after the spotlight. I was supposed to head over a couple of miles north from here to the Sound at Cypress Waters to celebrate Diwali and Food Fest that was supposed to take place today. And of course, because of this, I was going to say unpredictable, but really it was because the bad weather was predicted that the event got moved to next Sunday. So next Sunday, starting at noon, is going to be the fifth annual food festival that was supposed to take place today. That's been moved. Same location, just slid down by a week. So next week, starting at noon, that's going to be going on at the Sound, brought to you by Bindas Entertainment. And of course, your friends, myself, as well as Gautam from here at Radio Azad, are going to be emceeing the event. All right. With that plug, let's shine the spotlight onto the cricket oval and get to it. Hey, Rahul, I want to let's spend. I'm going to time box this. Let's spend a little bit of time on this series going on between Bangladesh and West Indies. And man, oh man, we've talked about this before, but it bears repeating. There was a time when West Indies was a powerhouse in the world of cricket in all formats. And it wasn't that long ago that they were still relevant, but man, they've fallen on hard times. And Bangladesh, who is really going through their own rebuild process, they've kind of dominated this series, even though at this point the three ODI series Bangladesh won 2-1, but having beaten West Indies 207 to 133 in the first match and 296 to 117 in the second, even though the second match went to a super over, which West Indies won in a super over. So the series looks a little even, but overall, looking at these, this is a lopsided series that Bangladesh has just run away from West Indies. What's happening here?
So, I mean, this is a case of where you put your priorities. You need to have your priorities straight, right? West Indies and even New Zealand, for that matter. I see New Zealand is going to suffer the same route of downfall that West Indies is undergoing right now because all the evidences are there. Now, I know you didn't want me to talk about New Zealand; you only want to talk about Bangladesh versus West Indies, but there is a perfect
There's a connection there. Yeah.
correlation.
Mhm.
There is there are all the evidence that these two are tying together. Now, what is happening is the infrastructure, the finances, the system is not put together.
Mhm.
West Indies is pretty much on the line of USA. Now, USA is on the signs of improvement. Um, West Indies is on the sign of downfall. What's happening is their players, instead of focusing in for their country, in the case of West Indies for their union of countries, are taking the route of being freelancer. They're taking the route of being T20 freelancer specialists who focus on T20s. Now, Sunil Narayan, one of the greatest ever that I think ever existed in T20,
Mhm.
and he could have been the the shining light for test matches and ODI, haven't played for West Indies in forever. I think he last played for West Indies in 2013. I might be wrong. We are 12 years later. I'm definitely wrong there, but that's the memory that I have for
Yeah.
Sunil Narayan.
So I
Sunil
think
Narayan is still, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think what you're trying to get at is capitalism has ruined the sport again because I mean they're not freelancing, they're not chasing after these tournaments for no reason. They're doing it because that's where the money is, right?
No,
So
so I'm alluding to a even deeper point. I didn't not reach it, but I'll make it very very quick.
Mhm.
India, England, and Australia, the top three, the big three of cricket, are ruining the games of cricket. It's
Ooh.
not West Indies ruining it, it's ICC ruining it. Now, why? Here is the reason. India and Australia and England are happy playing cricket on themselves. That's not going to keep them happy for a very, very long time. Unless a generational talent like Dewald Brewers and Aidan Markram come for South Africa, unless the generational talent like Kane Williamson come for New Zealand, unless these kind of talents come for these countries who want to play for their country, the top three, the big three of cricket will ruin the game of cricket.
Because they
Why?
will be the
Because they
only
are not
games in
interested.
town.
Yeah, they are not interested in supporting and collaborating and building cricket as a global sport. Now they are saying that they are doing it by hosting the T20 World Cup in USA and West Indies last year, but there were so many money problems in that game, and that is what is ruining. So it's
Mm.
the lack of support and lack of vision that is ruining the game of cricket.
All right. Well, so yeah, it was as I said. Even though the series ended up being 2-1 Bangladesh's way, it still just felt like much more lopsided than it was. So of course, this is followed by a three-match T20I series that's going to commence tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is the first of the T20 matches. Bangladesh West Indies. They're going to get going, and we'll see if the results are any different over there. Hey, speaking of that, I know this has taken place, actually ended about 10 days ago, but you and I haven't really talked about it. But a, a collection of series similar, T20Is followed by ODIs, it was the opposite. They played T20s first between Afghanistan and Bangladesh took place. And that was, two diametrically opposite series, right? The first one, the T20s, Bangladesh swept Afghanistan. Uh, Close-ish matches, but still, 1-3 nothing. The first one, they chased down 151 in the 19th over. The second one, they chased down 147 in the 20th over. And the third one, they chased down 143 at the end of the 18th over. So won all three of them, 3-0. And you thought they had all this momentum going into the subsequent three ODI matches. And of course, Afghanistan turns around and they swept them in those, chasing down 221 in the 48th over in the first match. Absolute destruction of Bangladesh in the second match, scoring 190 and then getting them all out at 109, and then just opening up and putting up 293 in that third ODI and getting Bangladesh all done at 93. So, um, you know, there was that lopsided result between the two series. So let's see if this happens in this series with West Indies as well, or if it's going to be all the same. All right, I'm going to swivel the spotlight just a little bit on
I
something.
just want to make a I just want
Yeah.
to make a comment on those
Go
two
ahead.
series, right?
Mhm.
So the key thing that you're pointing out and highlighting is the ability to compete in the level and the rankings of cricket. So what I'm trying to get to is if you put cricket in level structure, which there is, level one is comprised of the top 8 to 10 test playing nations, but
Mhm.
that's not the right level. The level one is India, Australia, and England. Then comes the second level, which includes Pakistan, West Indies. Or wait, there is a
South
second level which
Africa, New
includes South
Zealand.
Africa and New Zealand.
Yeah.
Then level three, which is Pakistan, West Indies, Afghanistan, and all these countries,
Sri
and they
Lanka.
can
Yeah.
compete. They cannot compete with upper level, and that's what needs to break down. Sorry for like taking and adding that point, but I think that's a key point that needs to break away.
Yep. No, absolutely. All right. So I was going to say, let's swivel the spotlight over to the women's sport. The ICC Women's World Cup is taking place right now. All right. There have been some decent matches there. The table is set with Australia leading the way up at the top of the table, 6-0 with 13 points after seven matches. England is second, sitting at seven matches, 5-1 with 11 points. South African ladies in third place with 10 points, and Indian women coming in the fourth spot with 6 points, being 3-3 after three matches. And then everybody else: Sri Lanka is five, New Zealand six, Pakistan seven, and Bangladesh eight. All right. So one surprising thing here, if I remember correctly, I believe that lone loss by the English ladies is actually two. No, 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 no. That got washed out. That so in my head, I was thinking Pakistan had actually beaten England. They would have beaten England the way they had started, but the match got washed out. Now, Pakistan is 0-4 in their eight matches that they've played. So they're not doing, sorry, seven matches that they've played. They're 0-4, but with three washouts. Right? New Zealand has two. Sri Lanka has three washouts. I'm going to come back to my usual rant. What are we doing? Why can't we play these matches? Why are there? So first off, let's not take, let's not put a World Cup championship in an area in the middle of a rainy season, right? That's one thing. But also build in some extra days in there so um, uh, you can actually make up for rain delays. It's frustrating to me, and I know our listeners are probably tired of hearing this because I talk about this all the time. But why we're letting the weather affect these tournaments in this day and age in 2025 just absolutely confounds me. I don't understand why we're all okay with this, but we appear to be. So three washouts for Sri Lankan women, three washouts for Pakistani women. two for New Zealand. And to me, look, Pakistan's not going to go anywhere. They're not going to make the top four. But that match where they started off and they had England. I'm gonna get back to that match before it got rained out. There we go. England was all done after 31 overs at 133, and Pakistan in the first 6 overs with almost 25 overs left. They were sitting at 34 at no loss, uh, and their DLS method target was actually 113. So they had it, right? Now, Pakistani teams, they always do the unexpected. So could they collapse? Yeah, possibly. But still, had that match, the rains came. Other matches, the no decisions hurt them. New Zealand, it probably helped them because they were sitting at 92 at a loss of five after 25 overs, even when the match had already been shortened to 36 overs. So they had 11 more overs to go. Were they going to put up maybe 130, 140, something like that? What was that defendable in 36 overs against New Zealand? Probably not, but maybe. But point is, we're sitting here talking about sporting events and doing probablys and maybes instead of discussing the results. And that just to me just seems unconscionable that we are not accounting for this. Um, and I don't really need a response from you on that because I know we've talked about it ad nauseum. But it just as I'm looking at these matches, it just stands out. You've got the World Cup happening and all of these rainouts. But hey, there was a great match in between there. I believe it was last Sunday, England ladies against the Indian ladies, and England put up 288 runs, and India mounted a furious chase down, falling just inches short at 284 for a loss of six at the end of the 50th over. But a great match that one was. I don't know if you got a chance to watch it, follow it, but that's what I want to see on the women's side when it comes to cricket, especially World Cup matches. What did you see in that match between England and India?
So the thing with women's cricket is that at least women's cricket is more of a level playing field, and every team can compete. I was expecting, being an Indian fan, that India would be clearing houses and would be number one. But the game of cricket is a great leveler,
Mm-hmm.
and it didn't happen. But they are putting up a great fight. I think the team to watch out for in this World Cup is India. It's happening in India, and even though Australia is like the strongest favorite, with England being the number two, uh, but India have beaten these two teams in their own countries, in their own backyard. So India is going to be the team to watch out for, even though they have lost three matches in a row, but they are coming up right. If you look at the people who are the top scoring, top two, top three are Indians. If you look at the list of six hitting, most six hitters, except from uh, I'm forgetting the name, the girl from South Africa. In top 10, there are three top six hitters which are from India. So all in all, the shortest statement: go India.
Yep, absolutely. And as I said, the table right now in the World Cup, Australia, even though they're leading the way, India has pretty much, I say, cemented their spot. So they're sitting at 3-3 with 6 points, and they're in the process of beating Bangladesh right now. I believe it was. I looked in a little while ago. There we go. Bangladesh has finally cracked 100, but once again, this is a rain-shortened match to 27 overs. Just okay. I don't want to get started on that again. So 27
I'll,
overs.
I'll give you a quick pointers and bite
Uh
on
huh.
that. The planning was done correctly for this World Cup. BCCI, ICC, one thing to their credit, they do try to plan really well, right? I mean, they do. India's monsoon season was over by August, right? So it was not expected. Now we cannot change for the climate change, and I don't want to go into a climate change rant, but this was unfortunate. Yes, what I do support is like how in 1983. And there's a great movie on Netflix. Go watch it. I'm not promoting it, but 83 because India won that World Cup. Big fan of that movie. There were rain provisions for if rain were to occur. There were free days, and there were days in which you could have
Makeup days.
continued that
Yeah.
match. Yep. It I think it went up to 1999. Now with again this commercialization and trying to keep the most commercial favorite games in place, they have started removing so that the teams who win bring in lots of audiences in, gets in. That attitude is what is driving these decisions on. I'm not right, but that's what I'm thinking. Sorry, that's what
Capitalism
my
ruining the
analysis is.
sport
That's
again.
what my analysis is, and it's just unfair. There needs to be a level playing field on all grounds. In any team, underdog victory is always more appreciated than Australia winning every time.
Absolutely. All right. Well, Rahul, I know I told you I was only going to need 30 minutes of your time today, but I'm up against a break, and I did want to touch a little bit on the teams that are near and dear to the hearts of our listeners, Pakistan and India. Each one is in the midst of a series, a pivotal series. And would you have a couple more minutes? I've got Shep calling in at 10:45 to discuss all things football. But when we come out of break, if you've got a little bit more time, you can hang back. We can talk about both the series with Team India as well as the Pakistan South Africa series going on. Do you have time to hang back?
I do want to discuss. I want to
All right.
discuss Babar Azam and Roko, Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli.
Yep.
So
All
let's
right.
do that.
All right. So let's take a short break. We'll come back in about 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, and we'll quickly touch on those series, and then we'll wrap up the cricket segment and move the spotlight over to other sports. You're listening to the Sports Spotlight right here on Radio Azad with Rizwan and Rahul. Be right back.
आप सुन रहे हैं रेडियो आजाद हम सफर हमजाद रेडियो आजाद
Download the free radio